What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. As a member of the Shiba Inu community, I understand that we want to see the overall supply decrease. Throughout these 2 years, 2+ years, we've been waiting for something to come along to burn a lot of Shiba Inu consistently. Because we've seen things like the burn portal, where we burned a hell of a lot with the burn portal, where we have burned a lot. The ecosystem dev team have done nothing with burning besides set up the burn portal to make it easier for people that don't know how to send directly to the burn address. Um, but we also have other things that were created like bone and leash and uh, we're going to have treat, where we have shiboshis, we have the metaverse lands, and we expected all of these burns to happen throughout these things that are created. But we haven't seen those things. We have seen those things. We haven't seen the burns that came or were supposed to come with it. And so I wanted to talk about Shibarium because it's supposed to be the biggest form of burning that we've seen. And I wanted to discuss like how much this is actually going to burn, because I know it's going to burn a lot, but is it going to burn enough? Right. And it really all depends on a couple of things, and we'll break down exactly what that depends on. But guys, if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon, those links are also in the description. Don't forget about my referral links. If you guys want to buy Shiba Inu or other cryptocurrencies, we have a link for KuCoin. We also have one for crypto.com down there if you want to sign up for a crypto platform. But like I said, Shibarium is supposed to be the end-all be-all for burns, right? It's supposed to be the central hub for creating these burns within businesses, within transactions, and we're supposed to see a ton that's going through. And when we look at Shiba Inu, we understand that the one thing that we're focused on, that a lot of people are focused on, is obviously the price, but mainly we're focused on what the circulating supply, what the total supply looks like, how we can get that down to a lower amount, how we can get it down to a point to where we can get to a penny or a dollar or $10 or $100 or whatever, right? Sky's the limit. We don't know exactly what it will get to, depending on how much burns we can see or how many burns we can see. Now, with everything that has been created in the past and the lack of burns is kind of making it more difficult to see the future and how much this can burn or will be burned. But we are focusing heavy on the burn rate here. We are focusing heavy on the amount of supply, so much so to where we have a whole Twitter account that's made to track the burns, which is Shibburn. If you guys want to go and follow them, go and follow them. They have 289,000 followers, where they literally just track exactly how much the burns are. And they have their own website where they do burn, Shiba Inu as well. You track all the different methods to burn, and we have so many different methods that have burned. However, burns are insanely low compared to where they have been, 2 years ago or a year ago, right? Where we were focused on burns, I feel like less. So if you go to Shibburn, where they do have some of the information here, you're going to see in the last 24 hours, we burned 8.7 million Shib. That may sound like a lot to some people that are brand new, but it's not a lot, right? We've had days where we burned 1 billion. We've had days where we burned 2 billion. And now it seems like we have no days that are burning, 100 million or 1 billion or anything like that. And we're like 2+ years in. We expect the burns to be more, but we're still seeing only 41% of the overall supply in the burn or the dead wallet, meaning that we did not burn, we didn't even make a dent on the overall supply with all of the burning methods that we had. So it shows that we need something from the ecosystem devs to see way more burns here. So there goes the question with Shibarium. how much can we expect to see when it comes to the burns? So I just put in some numbers in a spreadsheet. And again, there are variables that take place. This is not 100% true that this is going to transpire this way, but it could be better. It could be worse. We don't really know. It depends on the transactions, and it depends on how things, really go with Shibarium, how things launch, because we still don't know all the information. We don't know a couple of things. So let me go through the variables really quick. So we have the total transactions. I feel like that's a variable. We have the 25-cent fee. I'm just going on based on an average of what I've seen with some other things that are out there. So a 25-cent fee for bone, where we would have that bone fee. Now, out of that bone fee, I would say maybe 5 cents would go towards Shiba Inu burns, right? So the overall, you would have zero point 0 or 5 cents out of the 100,000 transactions that end up going to the Shiba Inu burn. So it would be about $5,000 per day. Now, per day, if we're looking at the amount of Shiba Inu, if we divide that, we're looking at 294 million, which is way better than where we are right now. But is it at the level that we need to be? Are we going to be able to burn 549 trillion, 589 trillion total coins or tokens, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, whatever? Well, if you look at this here, you're going to see in a year, we would burn 107 billion coins. Now, it sounds like a lot. We've burned 60 billion or 70 billion so far. If we burn another 107 billion, would that make a dent in 365 days? I mean, no. A dent in Shiba Inu would be a level of about 5 trillion. 5 or 6 trillion, to where you would burn 1% of the supply. So us burning 107 billion in a matter of 1 year, not enough at all. Now, we don't know how many transactions it will hold, and we don't know how much burning will go into Shiba Inu. We don't know all these variables. So total transactions is a variable. We could see 1 million transactions a day, right? We don't know all of the things that they are trading, because it's not only on Shiba Inu. Right? People make the mistake in saying, oh, well, it's just the volume of Shiba Inu. No, it's Shiba Inu, Bone, Leash, whatever other, coin or token they support on that platform. It could be Loop Ring. You could be looking at Ethereum, just a lot of things that are cheaper for you to be able to move. Now, I'm not sure if you're able to buy on this platform either. If you're able to buy, it is a game changer, but I would imagine you're not going to be able to do that. So it's just going to be pairings to where you can trade for certain things, like an exchange that doesn't offer any type of off ramp. But we could see 1 million transactions a day, and it would be a little bit better, right? We would add another zero to this, and we would see 2.9 billion per day, which is not a bad situation, because then you would end up burning 1 trillion per year, right? Now, 1 trillion per year still does not make a dent. You need to see tens of billions, maybe even hundreds of billions burn off per day or per 2 days, right? In order to see trillions that are burned off. And again, we don't know how many transactions will go through this. We don't know the popularity, and I don't know if it will be 1 million, because if you go through Coin Market Cap and you go into exchanges, and then you go and see the trading volume, you're going to see how much volume it has by dollar amount. And these are popular exchanges, right? And I don't know if you're going to be able to see Shiba Swap on here. I know this isn't a CEX, but I don't know if you're able to see Shiba Swap, but that would give you a clear picture of how much in volume they end up doing. They don't actually have the amount of transactions, but you can go through by volume and just say what is the average transaction or something. But you see a lot of transactions that are going through, Binance, where you see $16.5 billion or $1.6 billion that goes through Coinbase. So if we can see a lot of money that's flowing through it, or a lot of transactions that's flowing through Shibarium, we can see a lot more, burns that are happening for Shiba Inu. And also, like I said, 25 cents, we don't know if that's going to be the case. It may be more. We might end up seeing a 10 cents, right? 10 cents there. And if we're seeing 10 cents out of that 25 cents, well, now it starts to make a little bit more sense. But still, every year, it would literally take you tens, maybe hundreds, 100 years or something like that to burn a certain amount. Literally to burn 200, trillion, you're talking about 200 years. So it's going to be a long road, and we got to find the right way to get there. And this is not to say that it's only by trading, right? Because we can have other businesses that also build on Shibarium or integrate Shibarium into their business to create more transactions via a lot of cryptocurrencies, not just Shiba Inu. So this is just kind of the starting point. And if I had to say if it was going to burn enough right now by breaking this stuff down, and again, we don't know if it's going to be a 50 cent, 25 cent fee, 10 cent fee, whatever. We don't know what it will be. If we have it as I'm showing here, we will not burn enough. It will burn a lot, but we will not burn enough to get us to the levels that we want. But in due time, you might have a bunch of businesses that end up creating, and we see a lot more. Maybe we'll see 10 million transactions. Maybe we'll see 20 million transactions. Maybe we'll see a higher fee. Who knows? The only people that do know are the people that are creating it. So let's get a move on. Let's start creating Shibarium, or let's launch the Shibarium and see how much Shiba Inu ends up burning. So anyways, guys, all I know is that if Shiba Inu is burning at this rate, we see that much going through in order to burn Shiba Inu. Imagine what Bone is going to be like. So that may be something a lot bigger if we see more transactions. But guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. I appreciate everybody that's here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.